Hello and welcome back to Viralstyle Academy. Again, I'm your host Luke Stassi, walking you through the basics of how to get started in selling t-shirts online through Viralstyle. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to launch a campaign start to finish on the Viralstyle website. It's not super complicated, but I want to make sure that you understand all of the options that are available. So if you get logged in and you click on this designer tab, it's going to get you into our designer. In a previous video, I showed you how to create a design actually here in the designer using the add text and add artwork. In this particular video, I'm going to show you how to upload a design that we've already created. So if you click upload image, first of all, you'd select your background color, whether that's whatever color you decided to work with. And in our previous video, we'd created one design for black, and then you click upload image right here. And then you look for this PNG, okay, that we had created in that last video in the Photoshop tutorial. Then you can pull it up or down, but the key is you got to keep it within these dashed lines here, which is our border of our printable area. So if you pull this right or left, you can make it bigger or smaller. And if you click on this, it'll actually center it into the center of this, or if you click on this, it'll center it up and down. So we're going to bring it up here pretty high and then just click that to center it. And just as again, just for an example, this is what we created. So I'm going to use this to launch this campaign. If you click next right here, this is the screen where you can now pick different pricing and color options and add additional products. So for selling price, you can adjust that up here. I recommend you either do something that's 99 or 95. Sales psychology shows that those are the numbers that are going to be drawing people more likely to sell than if you were to just do a $20 shirt. $19.99 is much more appealing than 20. So you can adjust this to the price that you would like to fit. I would say at the minimum price at $19.99. At the max, I generally see working is $24.99, but you can come more somewhere in the middle, like $21 or $22.99 for your pricing. And then what it's going to do is it's going to adjust to show you the base cost and then how much profit you'd be getting based on the colors. This is a two-color design and screen and direct to garment. So direct to garment is if you sell less than 10. It's much more expensive to produce, okay? If you sell more than 10, it becomes a screen print, and you're going to make more money per shirt, obviously, quite a bit more. So the next thing you get to do down here is add some additional product colors. So you'd want to make sure if you hover over here, you can see the samples. You want to make sure that your design will still look good and stand out. So since we're designed for a black shirt, we're going to want to stick with other dark colors. So we might pick navy and the dark heather. You could pick a forest green or a royal. You could even pick a purple, etc. But even this kind of looks good. But if you were to get into these light colors, it actually makes that white really hard to read. And some of these colors don't look good with the color tone that we designed with. So just keep all that in mind when you're picking your colors. Then over here, you can actually add additional products. If you click this, so we can add something like a hoodie to our campaign. We can add a women's tee. We can add V-necks. You just click add here to plug it in. You can add a tank top. You can add other things like, etc. I'm not going to plug all these in here. And then you can price these all individually, which is great. So price for a hoodie that generally everybody prices as $39.99. Some will price at $34.99 if you're selling to maybe a niche that isn't going to spend as much money on clothes. Women's shirt, since the base price here is $9.60 versus $8.34, you probably want to bump this up a buck. So if we had priced this at $21, you'd want to put this at like $22. And then these same thing here, the base prices are higher, okay, $11.64, so it's a couple bucks higher. So you might want to put this up to 23 or 24. Same thing with this one as well. And this one, maybe we do this one at 22. And then what you can do is go through and pick all of the different colors. So obviously, whatever your main color is, select that one first, since black was our main. And then you can go and add additional colors to each design as you desire. They don't all have to be exactly the same, but I'm not going to bother doing that. You can plug and play on your own. If you click next here, it's going to bring you up to where you can start plugging in your campaign title. And so you'd want to plug in here something like, sorry, I got caps on. It's German Shepherd t-shirt, something like this. You're just giving it a title that has something to do with what your campaign title is. Then down here you can, as I skip this for just a second, in the URL you can pick what you want this to be. So it would be viralstyle.com / whatever your store name is / this. So we might call this, you know, German Shepherd. You could do something like this, or you could call it, GS. It says we need to be between 4 and 100 characters. GST, you can call it GS Bear. So you just plug something in. That makes sense depending on the shirt, okay? Categorizing the campaign. If you look in this is actually allowing you to pick a category that's going to show up in the Viralstyle marketplace. So you're going to look through these categories and pick something that matches your design. So clearly this one would be animals, and it would be dog. So as people are searching the Viralstyle marketplace for dog t-shirts, yours is going to come up, which is great. You can also put a tag in, such as dog, dog lover, German, look at that, German Shepherd. You could plug a bunch of them in here. So I'm not going to show you all of these, but you can do up to 10. And so again, this is going to help it show up in the store. If you are creating stores and it's just getting your stuff out there more. Email list. It's going to be if you have synced your account to MailChimp, which we can walk you through how to do that in another tutorial. This will allow you to specify exactly in MailChimp where you wanted your buyer data to get sent over to. So what that means is if, let's say you sell a bunch of German Shepherd t-shirts, you keep selling more and more German Shepherd t-shirts, you're going to have a list in MailChimp that you can pick for this one to sync with, so that you can then email them offers for other German Shepherd t-shirts down the road. Now here under campaign length, generally I recommend a 7-day campaign. You can do shorter, you can do longer, but we found in all of our testing that 7 days does the best. So that's coming up here automatically, but you can play around with that. You can make that longer, you can make that shorter, and then you can also pick and choose the time of day. So I think it's best to have a shirt end later in the evening. So if you're going to play around with it, don't have it end at 2 o'clock. Have it end at like 11 p.m. or midnight, so that you maximize your buyers, because a lot of the buying is going to happen in the evening hours. And then you're going to have to click yes on this advanced here. So to come back to the description, there are a lot of examples out there for good layouts for how to use this description box. What I'd recommend is you look at what others are doing and you kind of create your own. You can look at what others are doing by going through something like Viralstyle marketplace and see what other language other people are using, but it's generally speaking, you're going to describe the t-shirt in here, and you could say something along the lines of brand new design. You could say just released. You could say limited edition. There's lots of different wording you can use. And it's up to you to choose what language you feel like is best when you're doing this. So we could say limited edition, and then you could write out the name of the shirt itself. So you could say something like, keep calm. All right. Which is the name of our shirt here. You could highlight it, and then you could put it in bold and italic, underline, whatever you want to do. So I'll let you do some digging on your own to decide what you want to write here in the description. But you'll find as you look around, a lot of people are using similar language. So just take some of that and create it for your own. Now up here under upsell, this is a cool little part where what an upsell is, you can actually, after someone has bought your design, they've gone through the checkout process and actually paid for it, another offer pops up in front of them. And this offer can be upselling this same t-shirt, or it can actually upsell a different shirt. So if let's say you're doing a bunch of German Shepherd shirts, you could upsell one of those other shirts, or you can upsell this one. If you say upsell this campaign, then let's say you give it a $5 discount, or 3 or 4, whatever you want it to be. what it'll do is it'll pop up a little window offering to them after they purchased their first one, hey, buy another one of these for this discount, and they get this big discount on here. So you can make it 2, 3, whatever you want it to be. It just allows you to sell more of these shirts. And then you're just going to click launch, and you give it a second, and your campaign is now going to be live just like that, which is great because you can start sending people to it right away. You're not having to wait to create shirts. You're not having to wait for some website to be created. You've got it going on here. So look at, I get this little pop-up. Tom is thanking me for launching this first campaign since I created this account here to do this. So take advantage of this as you do it for yourself. In here is some links to how you can learn more and do different things or get into the support group. So, hey, thanks, Tom. You're the best. Thanks for helping us out and pointing us in the right direction. You can close that out if you come back in here and you click on the campaign tab. There you see your shirt, okay? And again, I'm getting some more pop-ups here of info. They're making sure that we know all the different stuff that's going on here at Viralstyle. So that's it as far as launching your first campaign. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through some of the different things you can do with that campaign and how you can get started in marketing it online.